What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Double Feature Podcast, as we are covering Peacemaker weekly. And if you are new here and this is your first time here, do us a favor, like the video, subscribe, click the bell, all of that. We do these every week, obviously, like I just said, for Peacemaker, but there's tons of other content that we post here too. We do trailer reactions, we sometimes watch shows, video essays, reviews, a bunch of stuff related to like TV, movies, pop culture, all of that. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and hit that sub button. But yeah, we just had Peacemaker season 2 episode 3 premiere, and stuff is moving very quickly. Before we obviously hop into that topic, feel free to follow us on social media as well. All the links are down in the description. But we're not going to waste any time, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. Peacemaker season 2 episode 3 just premiered, and we are going to give you all our instant thoughts, first reactions, all of that. And I gotta say, this is my favorite episode so far. You can go ahead and give your thoughts on.
I don't know if I like this episode or the first one better, but it's certainly like a decently good time. I think I think some of the issues I have just it's just a me thing. Like, it just involves some of the humor that's just not my kind of humor, and obviously just some of the more shock value, for lack of a better term, say stuff. And I like the way I think the way that this episode progresses the story, though, is fairly well. And I think it leaves off on a note kind of like the first episode. It leaves off on a note that leaves you, wanting a little bit more. What I will say is, I'm really wondering, considering everything that's at play here, how they plan on wrapping this thing up, or if they plan on like loosely wrapping it up and like
Leaving it open
ending
for
it
another
on a
season or
semi,
whatever.
yeah, basically leaving it open for like another season, or what the next season might bring. Because right now there's just so many parameters for, like, let me just say, like, for like fucking up. Like, there's like so many like things happening in terms of, like, dimensional activity and stuff like that. I want to see the repercussions. I that's it. Okay. And obviously you're probably going to get this, probably the whole point, right, that he's even in this universe in the first place, is to get this kind of conflict here. But I want to see it. I want to see exactly what those repercussions might be. um but yeah, overall I thought this episode was pretty cool. I think
What were your
I
highs and
think the
lows, I
11th
should say? What were your
I think
standout
my highs
moments and the
I
things that
think my
weren't
standout
killing?
moments were definitely that whole sequence with Peacemaker and Amelia Harcourt. And
She's so different in that universe, dude. Like,
yeah, I know.
I didn't expect
And
her to be
she's
like
actually
nice.
a cool person. But I think the highs were like that whole conversation that they were having, and like the Rick Flag stuff is like, I mean, that's pretty cool or whatever. But I think the lows for me are probably like just um some of the like just like the, again, some of the humor, some of the shock value stuff, some of the dynamics with certain characters. We'll get into it. I don't know how I feel about. And I'm not sure how people are gonna even take like what this episode is doing or saying, given the context of things in this new universe, and all this stuff. But yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it. It definitely left on like an open note, similar to the first episode, that left me kind of like stranded in the desert with no fucking water.
Yeah,
So
they're after
and
him. They
I'm
pulled up
and
with the whole
I'm
gang, and
yeah.
Peacemaker just walked back in. I assume a little scuffle might go down, or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe not. I have no clue.
I also I was kind of disappointed at, not disappointed, but I was just kind of like just surprised by the lack of the like 11th Street kids in this episode. Like, they were like totally just like non-existent. And granted, it was for this like one this little section of Peacemaker's life right here to focus on. But I was just kind of like looking upon the horizon, like where are they at? Like kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I really like this episode. I enjoyed. I don't want to get too much into the thematics of this episode or like what exactly they're trying to do for Chris's character here, but I will say this episode in particular, I think like when you step back and actually look at it, it is very fun. Action packed and like seeing Peacemaker in this universe where he's beloved is like actually kind of like sick to see. Like it was kind of cool. It was something to adjust to him, kind of doing some
It
fish out of water
if I'm being
stuff.
honest with you, it immediately reminded me of Superman. Like it just immediately reminded me of that world, like how the civilians act and like treat their heroes and stuff like that. I was just like, what they're wearing, their attire, like how
Yeah,
they have their phones up and like are cheering them on. I'm like, this just reminds me of like Superman. I was like, which is which is weird considering what's probably gonna happen. I mean, guessing what's probably gonna happen with this whole thing, but yeah, I was just immediately reminded of Superman there. Like the tone, like I could imagine Peacemaker. It's gonna be hard. I could imagine Peacemaker though as like an anti-hero like figure or something now more than I could have like back then in this universe. Like I could see it.
in the new
Yeah,
universe,
that was
it seems like
yeah.
they're.
No,
It
just
seems
I'm
like
just
they're
saying
kind of
in
the
James
only
Gunn's
heroes.
DCU because
Oh, I thought you were talking
his
about this.
version or vision for the DCU, like that world,
Mm-hmm.
just that like other dimension, just reminded me of it, and like Peacemaker just fit like a glove in that moment. Like even if they weren't cheering him on, I just feel like in that world he kind of like fits like a glove. So like I don't know. I thought that was, I don't know. I didn't know if it reminded you of Superman, but I was immediately like that reminds me of Superman. Like the way those civilians just are acting just reminded
I
me of
mean,
Superman.
Superman's definitely not the first comic book movie to have a world that cheers
Oh
on
no,
like
it's
a
not. It just
hero.
reminded me of it like down to like certain shots. I was like I wouldn't be
I
surprised
love
if like somebody threw this into like a clip from Superman and like candidly and like we never know. It's like
I love the little like I love when he first wakes up in this universe or he's like going to work at Argus or whatever and he's doing this like pop quiz thing with Keith. These are like cool fish out of water things that like he doesn't know where he's at, so he has to navigate himself in this universe where he doesn't know exactly how people see him, how maybe past relationships were, and you see that starting to unfold later with him and Hardcore when they're sitting down on the bench. Like you get more about what this world's Peacemaker was like, and then you start realizing, wait, this Peacemaker was like kind of an asshole. Like this Peacemaker, like it seems like he sucked way more at his job. It seems like he was a bit of a like dickhead to Harcourt and most likely some other people. You even see this when he's like when he solves all the bombs or whatever. His brother comes down. He's like, "You stopped the bomb." Like he looks surprised. Like and so does Hardcore. Like they look like they're seeing a different person, like someone new. And so that makes me wonder, like, damn, was Peacemaker in this universe like just not good? And then I do think like when you go into the episode, there are just so many interesting layers to what Peacemaker is doing in this world and how that affects the relationships he built in season 1 versus what he
yeah,
wanted in season 1. And all
yeah.
of everything that's in this new world is what he wanted, where everything in the other world is what he built, the found family, the friends, everything. And I feel like obviously some of this stuff is a little telegraphed where you can already see that's probably going to be the conflict is he's probably going to realize like, while I finally got my dad
I
to
would
love me
say
and my brother
most.
alive, I don't
I
have.
would argue most of the season so far has been pretty telegraphed. Like everything that's unfolding is what we've kind of been guessing is going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think any events have particularly happened yet. Like any.
No, yeah, yeah. Nothing like real big is happening like event wise or like time wise in terms of moving the story forward. But in terms of the beats and where it's going, I think most people can guess like after like the maybe like the first or second maybe like the second episode, you can guess where it's going. Definitely once he just finds that other dimension, like sees his brother and stuff, like you could really kind of start piecing together the puzzle already.
Yeah, I guess I just want to break this down because this episode is very short. I'm pretty sure next week's is pretty short as well, but this one was short. And so I'd rather just break this down, and it opens up by what we pretty much all thought would be the case, which is that earlier in this season they referenced Peacemaker's ex dating a jarhead. And so we all
Yeah.
immediately thought of the only soldier that could possibly show up and have ties to Peacemaker directly, and that's Rick Flag. And that's what ends up happening. We find out that Rick Flag in our universe was with Harcourt, like moments before the events of the Suicide Squad.
Okay, I gotta ask a question. So again,
Mm-hmm.
because I was wondering this during the episode, and I was saying this. I don't know what it really is. Was that just like a fling?
Yes, yes. It's like clearly
Okay.
like
Because
he
I
says
really okay.
like she's like, why don't you break up with Enchantress? He's like, she will burn a hole through like I play with like
He's
she will
just
burn a
cheating
hole
on
through the world.
Enchantress casually.
No, it's less cheating. He can't break up with her. Like he can't break up with her. But yeah, it's
That's
shown that Harcourt and Rick Flag have this thing like moments before the events of the Suicide Squad, and then obviously shows his entire journey in that movie and his demise, and then that gives more context why Harcourt not only is pushing away Chris, but maybe she knows. Maybe we don't know yet if she fully does. We have no clue if she
I
knows that
mean,
he killed Rick Flag.
to me at least, I think it would be a very like concrete thing to have that be the case because at least so far watching this show, there are points where it just really seems like Harcourt is like very like she's just very hard nosed about Peacemaker in general, like just
Hmm.
even just like being in her vicinity. Like and that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, okay,
No, I
number one, you
disagree.
just look like an asshole, but at the same time, if you know that Peacemaker killed Rick Flag, that totally makes sense. Like that
Yeah,
behavior totally like it renders itself useful instead of just like she's just mad just to be mad.
that's
And so
kind
I
of where
actually
I'm
once that happened, I
curious.
actually kind of liked that thought. I was like, damn, that actually like that that's a great excuse as to why she fucking is so adamant about
I
not
mean,
being with Peacemaker.
it kind of goes both ways because now I'm you're very confident in her knowing. I'm not confident in her knowing because it seems like some people don't. Like when Adebayo and him sat on that front porch, I think it was in episode 2.
It seems like
Um,
some people don't know he killed Rick
yeah,
Flag.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Peacemaker's
I
like,
agree. I
does
agree.
his dad know? And she's like, of course he knows. And I'm like, wait, so who doesn't? Like clearly, like this isn't a world thing. Like you've had to have read his report to know. And what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, that's what I
curious,
was. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I
what
was
I'm
thinking.
curious about is if Harcourt did. Now, if she did, obviously your point stands. Is that makes sense. But if she doesn't know, then it would still make sense. She was with this guy who was part of this task force, and he I mean absolutely ate it. Like he absolutely bit the bullet and he died. And Peacemaker seems like the next in line to that kind of not relationship, but not trauma, but just the effect that had on her is like maybe she can't get close to people.
But at
Maybe
the same
she's
time, it's hard to grapple with that if it was just a fling. It's
yeah,
hard
yeah,
to
yeah.
grapple with that like being a concrete
But maybe that goes
like
even deeper. Maybe
thing
she
in her life.
genuinely doesn't want Chris to die, which I think she doesn't. It's pretty clear. Like she cares about Chris. She's just not opening up yet. She's really closed off, and so yeah, that kind of sets the groundwork for Peacemaker in this new universe. We find out he has a peace cycle. And it has like or missiles on
bro,
it.
just use your peace cycle.
It's huge.
It
it's
has these like
big
goofy
as
ass torpedoes
hell,
in the front.
like-
It looks like some dumb shit from like something
Yeah.
in between the early Bale Batman movies
And he
the
puts on
Keaton
the
Batman
helmet.
movie.
He opens up the phone, and in Google Maps, there is one location in it. In Google Maps, it is Argus. There's one location. I love that. And he goes straight to Argus. But meanwhile, all these people are cheering him on, and it feels different. It's like, wait. This is kind of different. Like, we're not used to Peacemaker out in public getting glazed up like this. And chaos ensues. But before all that happens, we get to now see this universe Rick Flag, who is still alive. This universe's Rick Flag does not got it like all there as the Rick Flag from the DCU. The Rick Flag from the DCU is calculated. He handles things like a general. He's a leader. He's a true soldier that cares about the
He's a good
people.
man.
Yes, he's a good man.
He doesn't seem like the kind of man that would cheat on his girlfriend for like a fling.
That's
at
not,
least to me.
Calling that his girlfriend is a stretch, but
that is not a stretch. June is his girl. That's not a stretch.
Very clear. He's not happy in that. Like he is not happy.
Yeah, and now it's very clear. That is not made clear any other time.
What do you mean?
That's called the retcon.
I know what a retcon is, but he
called.
never referenced her. So wouldn't you think if he was in love with her, he would reference her?
Did he not reference her in the Suicide Squad? I mean, I'm not saying he needs to, but did he?
No.
I'm just asking. Okay. I don't think that really matters, but
it doesn't. But we see Rick Flag in this universe, and he's kind of a like goofball. Like he's a little bit of like he's not fully there, and like it was so like funny to see Joel Kinnaman doing all of this, which I don't know how they kept this under wraps. Like we guessed it was Rick Flag. But they had whole
tell you why. I can tell you how.
scenes.
I can tell you exactly how. Who gives a fuck about Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag? Like really? And who even knows about?
No,
Joel
but
Kinnaman
I'm
as
surprised
Rick
we
Flag?
never got like
really
a photo or like he's on set filming.
I don't think anybody was really that like, dude. Joel Kinnaman is on set. Like,
and I guess it was all
photo.
inside. I guess it was all inside as well. So that's another thing.
It was probably all shot in the studio. Yeah.
No. It's in a building, but it was like inside. So he could have like cloaked himself, walked inside, uncloaked, and then But yeah, this leads to Peacemaker and Hardcore going over, having a quick bite, and meanwhile, I'm noticing something. Something's up. I'm noticing something about this universe. Now, I could be wrong. I could be just looking too much into it. And I don't mean this in any derogatory way. It seems like there is no people of color in this universe. It seems like it is mostly white people. Like, and that's it. And so that makes me think.
Vanilla. You got some different shades in there.
For sure,
You got some of the ones that turn pink if they stand outside for more than like 30 seconds, and some of the ones that like got a little bit of pizzazz to them, like just a little bit of Italian or some shit. Like,
and then I start thinking, that's why the White Dragon doesn't exist. Why? How could there be a racist?
Wait, how does why do you say that, by the way? Why do you say the White Dragon doesn't exist? Do you mean that the red suit?
No.
Is that what you mean?
I don't think number one, he's not called the White Dragon in this universe. But I'm saying,
okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
The White Dragon can't exist because if there is now I don't know if
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain it.
The reason he's called the White Dragon is because
I'm gonna explain
the fact that I get what you're saying.
The world now, we don't know if this does end up being true. I'm just saying, if this does end up being true, we don't know if the world has people of color, or if maybe just here they're doing
this
some
town or whatever
colonizing like some really bad activities. But it would make sense why the White Dragon, the symbol, the White Dragon, doesn't exist, because why would there be a racist oppressing character if there's nothing to be racist to? Yeah. Right? And so that makes you think, that makes you go, oh wait, that's why he probably doesn't exist and why he's in a completely different character. And then that makes me think, so like we said earlier, we're guessing Peacemaker's gonna come to heart and realize, while he got his brother alive and his dad loves him, he doesn't have the found family he built in season 1. We all can guess that. But is another part of this gonna be maybe he's the best Peacemaker? Maybe Peacemaker in every other universe is bad, is racist, does upbringing things that his dad tried to instill in him.
I could see the case being that like he's only a good peacemaker because of the world that he's in. See that
too.
Case, where it's
that too.
Like Peacemaker is normally bad in every universe that's normal.
Yeah.
But the one that's not is the one where he looks good. Yeah, I'm interested to see where all of this unfolds.
I wonder if this is true. We could just be looking too far.
I did not think, okay.
But I started noticing it more and more, and when they sat down to talk, I was like, no. This is I haven't seen one.
If you would have told me before Peacemaker ever released season 1, episode 1, that Peacemaker was gonna have 2 seasons that both involve like mass racism.
Now we don't know that yet, but
what?
That is the assumption.
It's looking like that's going to be the case. And that also leads me to wonder, okay, so in the first season, how his dad is the antagonist. Mm-hmm. Is his dad going to be the antagonist again?
I don't think so.
It makes me wonder that, because I could imagine Peacemaker being like what's going on here and this and that and this and that. Or like both of them, obviously. Like,
yeah, but during all of this, Hardcore and Peacemaker start talking, and like I said earlier, we learned that Peacemaker really broke her, and Peacemaker's an asshole, and Peacemaker was treating her like shit, like a lot, and Peacemaker clearly is not peacemaking.
He's not down to earth because he got everything he wants, so he don't got the humbleness that the Peacemaker now has. The Peacemaker now is like, I am a piece of shit. Yeah, so I gotta get my life together. Bro.
Yeah, and so
that Peacemaker seems like the hot rod, the hottie on the block.
Yeah,
he's very treats girls like shit left and right.
He's not peacemaking, and they're talking. Boom! Bomb goes off, and someone gets absolutely atomized on the screen.
By the way, this totally reminded me of The Boys. It's like totally something that would happen in The Boys.
That is something that would just
random
two people talking, and then
boom, guy just explodes in front of two people.
Yeah, so someone gets atomized, and then a bunch of people start running, and it's these people that are about to blow up this building, and we get some Peacemaker doing the job, peacemaking. And I love how Chris has really grown like over the first season, because like here he would have probably like not known how to handle the situation, but he's really thinking on his feet here. He is like really like, he doesn't have his jetpack with him or anything, so he's like, oh, they're on the top floor. How do I get up there? He sees the Mighty Crabjoy's billboard. Mighty Crabjoys exist in this universe as well. And he climbs up the billboard, and he straight up just jumps in the window from the billboard, and he just starts like solo squatting. Just
motherfucker thinks he's Jason Bourne all of a sudden. Since when was Peacemaker moving around like fucking Jason Bourne and John Wick?
Dude,
motherfuckers killing motherfuckers with pencils, jumping from like fucking Tom Cruise.
He's moving like Harry from Kingsman. I mean, he's going crazy. And during all this, or meanwhile, the Argus people finally come back after getting absolutely torched by 𝙭, and they devise a much stronger plan. We got to get rid of 𝙭. If we're gonna go ahead and investigate this and see and catch Chris, we can't all just be getting tore up. So they recruit Red St. Wild. I'm pretty sure that's his name. And it's Michael Rooker. And I just can't wait for this. I'm not going to lie. Like him in the trailers, I don't know what he's doing, but I just want to see 𝙭 absolutely torch like someone that's using mystical powers, if that is what he's doing. But they set that up. They're on their way. Like straight up, all of them are back, including more people from Argus, to go and grab Peacemaker, go and capture 𝙭. And meanwhile, Peacemaker's just taking them out. And after all this, he stops the bomb, and it doesn't go off. and everyone's cheering him on, and he walks out, and it's like, maybe this doesn't happen in this universe. It really feels like this is new. Peacemaker doesn't usually handle all this by himself. His brother comes in and like destroys a helicopter. Like, oh,
bro, he straight up.
it was insane.
Again, some shit that reminds me of the boys. Like, he just straight up like
cannonballs
and like
in the helicopter and just blew
just
it up.
Like,
and I was like, oh my goodness.
It's almost like some shit that would happen in like Invincible or some shit. Like,
yeah.
It's like,
and he comes down, he's celebrating Chris for stopping everything, and he looks at Hardcore. Hardcore just has this cheesy grin on her. Like, I'm like, this is new. Like, this Hardcore is different. And yeah, we end off by coming back home, and Peacemaker goes back to the Pocket Universe. He comes back to the DCU, to his room. That's where it pretty much ends. So they are on their way. Argus is on their way, pulling up. Peacemaker's here. I don't know if Eagly's here or not. That remains to be seen. But it seems like,
I think he's still at Peacemaker's. I think you could see like them try to capture Eagly, or Red Saint Wild like try to talk to Eagly. Like, he knows how to speak Eagly. He knows how to speak Eagle. And
yeah, I'm curious how he's gonna.
He makes Eagly lead them to where a Peacemaker is at in that other door dimension or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I can imagine like a whole fight ensues and whatnot. But I don't know.
Yeah, and this is all like, this entire episode was a blast. But then that makes me think. So what are we about to see? Peacemaker peacemaking up all these Argus people? Is Vigilante finally gonna suit up and help? Like, what's gonna go down here? I'm so curious. I have not seen, or I think I saw the coming up next in the next episode. I saw it, but it didn't give much at all, other than Judo Master's gonna show up in the next episode.
Yeah, Judo Master showing up.
I can't wait.
I could imagine a reluctant team up with him and Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, that's true. What are they calling him now? Rip Jagger?
Imagine Peacemaker has Judo Master on his shoulders, and Judo Master has Eagly on his shoulders on some like fucking Bollywood type shit, and they're like going crazy.
Dude, yeah, I don't know why he changed his name. I don't know why it's Rip Jagger or something like that. I want to see an explanation. That's what they called him. They said,
I do remember that, but I thought that was like a nickname.
I mean, that could be his real name.
Like, cause no, I took it as like one of these pop culture references that James Gunn is always putting in his shit that I know nothing about.
Let me see.
That's what I took it as. I was like Rip Jagger, or like like that's how I took it. I don't know if that actually like if that's just like another made up superhero name that he changed for the sake of continuity.
No, I think Rip Jagger is his name.
Oh, like his real name? Like,
that's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Let's look up. What is Judo Master's
it looks like that's his name.
name?
That's his name.
Is it? Okay, so that's his real name.
Yes,
so obviously he's still Judo Master. He's back eating the hot Cheetos. I cannot wait. He was hilarious last season, and I cannot wait for him to show up. And we're gaining some momentum here. Like now, it seems like, the last two episodes were a lot of groundwork. We are hitting the ground running. Like we're moving now. And I'm just, they should have made that episode go on for like 10 more minutes. It was so brief and short. And then this next one
feel like the episode kind of, again, I don't know if this is purposeful because of how the second part of the season is going to go, but every episode feels so incrementally paced. Like, it feels so like
we're just inching.
There's a little happening, but there is but in the grand scheme of things, nothing's really happening. And I feel like every episode has been like
that's
that.
kind of how season one was.
Get a little something.
You're like just trying to find out.
Maybe I'm just expecting
where did the honey come
more
from?
Things to unfold
now we gotta go there.
There's
a big cow. Where's the cow located? Now we gotta go there. It was very like, yeah. I'm curious.
But I can see that because it's more contained. This one is a bit more like.
It's dealing with larger things for sure.
It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. I feel like things should
be
like.
We're 3 episodes in out of what? 8?
Is it gonna be 8?
I'm guessing 8.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe this. So
we got
I
5
can see
episodes.
Like the 4th episode being that transition into the 5th that like really starts to make things move.
Yeah,
But
and everyone got to see the first five. All the not everyone, but like all the people that got screeners and stuff got to see first five. 6, 7, 8 have not been shown for. I'm pretty sure like there's spoilers in there, but also, I'm curious what that stretch is gonna be like once we reach to the five. Now we're all in the dark. Now we all don't know what's gonna happen, what's going on, and who's gonna show up. We have no clue. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. So much hijinks, so much fun. It was like this is a great episode of Peacemaker. Like when I think of Peacemaker, this over the topness, the violence, the just everything going on in this episode, top tier. I just wish it was longer. I just wish it was like 10 more minutes long because it did feel short. Like when it ended, you're like, oh, that felt kind of short. And I'm pretty sure the next one's also short. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Cannot wait for episode 4. I'd say it was my favorite episode, but I could see you liking episode 1. That first episode was also great. Like
I don't know which one I like more, honestly. I think they're both like solid. Like I think episode 1 and 3 are both like pretty good. I don't know which one. I don't know if I like.
can we
think
talk
one is
about
a
this
lot better than the other.
Peacemakers of this new universe's wardrobe? What's up with dressing up like a mafia
Yeah,
boss?
his wardrobe
Silk
is.
shirts, chains.
Also, can we talk about why the fuck? Stop putting John Cena in these tight ass pants, man. Stop throwing his big frame ass in these fucking skinny jeans and shit. Like, if you looking so goofy, and then he walks around like his back just got broke in fucking half. Like he always walks around like this, and it makes it look even more like awkward.
I mean, he got sliced up, bro. We gotta chill out. His back is still recovering. Like his back is
Oh yeah.
still no, but he does walk
I
around
think that's
like
just
that.
how he walks. I
Yeah.
think that's just how he walks.
That's definitely
literally
how
just
he walks. There was a moment in here where he was just being John Cena. Where was it? Was it
Literally.
Was it just him talking to hardcore?
Literally.
He was so John Cena there. He was like the nice, wholesome John Cena that we all see.
He was like the WWE persona a little bit right there. Like I was like, okay, you're like
just
you're
missing the
cheery, you're
headband.
happy ass. But yeah, I don't know which one I could say like is better than the other. I like them both for different reasons. This episode is a lot more like, again, with the shock value and with the plot stuff. It moves forward. But the first episode, it's kind of that like it just kind of sets the table. But I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was like that bad or as weak as the second episode. So
yeah, this
that was
episode
that was
was, it was fantastic, and I think it's exactly what the show needed because not only is it starting like momentum, but now like I'm seriously intrigued. The second Red Saint Wild showed up, I'm like, I want to know what he's doing. Like I want to know what
Why?
he's like.
I gotta say something. I don't know if it's just me. I don't be caring about this shit. I don't know if it's like the design of these characters or something. But whenever one of these new characters comes around, it's like you gotta make me care. I cannot.
It's not
I'm
about
not
caring.
like
It's
y'all.
about the
I'm not. I
intrigue.
can't be an eagle stan
It's
just because it's an eagle that has Peacemaker's back. Like you get me, and it's hard to become one when the eagle is like very. You start to overplay the comicality of it. You're giving them fucking aura offs and fucking slow motion aura poses and shit. And that's why I'm like, okay, this is kind of entering that goofy territory. But I saw Red Saint Wild show up on the screen. I was like, number one, where the fuck did you come from? Out of nowhere, you just popped up.
Yeah, because
like they're just walking and he's just there. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, there should have been, I feel like there should have been like, and the same thing with Rick
we should have seen Red Saint Wild in his home get the call from Argus, then he morphs into an eagle and he flies to Argus.
Pulling in while Red Saint Wild is just kind of like sitting there just like reciting some magic tree. And like the shot's just pulling in on the back of him and it goes, hey Red. You just kind of turn and you're like, oh my god, it's fucking Michael Rooker. It's like holy shit. No, but again, this was my issue with the Rick Flag thing. I feel like you need to like spice that moment up. Like you just threw like Michael Rooker, bro. People know who Michael Rooker is. Like if
But
you,
it's
you
not.
take
You're
that
not meant
scene
to care,
of Red
but
Saint
be
Wild,
interested. When you tell me you recruit this guy to handle Eagly, I go, how? What is he gonna
right?
do
But when you tell me
exactly?
you got this guy to recruit to handle eagerly, he should feel important. He's the one that's about to handle Peacemaker's like direct sidekick. He should like you should be
We
like
gonna see.
this mother. We had to
We
get
gonna
this
see.
motherfucker for eagerly, and it
We
should feel
gonna
like
see.
that. But and the same thing for Rick Flag. Like I feel like that Rick Flag reveal, even if you wanted to open it up with the Amelia Hardcore stuff, I just feel like there should have been like a better reveal. I feel like these things be like
Like
I get what James
wanted,
Gunn tries
you
to do.
wanted
They're
like
so
the ring.
casual and
You
stuff
wanted
like
like the
that.
Doctor Strange ring, and then Rick Flag to come out.
No. But I just like I don't know. Like I feel
I
like
like
these
that it
moments
wasn't
should
a big
feel
reveal.
a lot more
I like that.
like poignant.
We
And a
all
lot
knew it
more
was gonna
like,
be Rick
you know,
Flag, so I don't
lasting.
want it to. Music build up. He turns around. Oh, it's who I thought it
No,
was.
I
Gonna
mean
be.
I don't need that, but I just don't need. Oh, it's Rick Flag. Oh, it's Red Saint Wild.
That's what it should
like.
be.
I would like some a little bit more.
This is
like
a universe bursting with Rick Flag. Definitely,
and that's what I was gonna say.
Be
and that's
someone
exactly
that
what I was
stands
gonna
out.
say. I get what James Gunn is trying to do with the whole heroes just exist thing. Like people just exist, and this and that, and this and that. But like you're missing that pizzazz that you need. That really like brings a show like with some shock value moments and makes that shock value really like interesting. Really like it gives it that like that event television touch. You
That's
feel
not
me?
what
Like
this is, though.
it gives it that, but you know, it's not. It's not. It's just like a streaming show.
This is a great show, but it's not an HBO show. It's not.
No, it's
Severance.
It's
not like that.
It's
but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't wait for next week's episode. These weeks are feeling like eternity, though, man. Like it is feeling so long.
Maybe to you, to me, honestly, whenever you go, hey, oh, it's Peacemaker Day, it's Peacemaker Day, I literally go, fuck, I forgot.
Oh.
Every time I'm like, oh shit, it's already Peacemaker Day.
Oh. Yeah. To each their own, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you guys tell us in the comments below what you all think about episode 3 of Peacemaker season 2. Rank the episodes. Is this your favorite? Anything? Drop it down.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Below.
What
do you think will happen? What do you think Red Saint Wild will do with Eagly? Like,
Red Saint Wild might have a pocket universe.
I'm so
Lex
curious.
Luthor might
Like,
walk out
what
of
is his bag? What is his bag? Like, why do you bring him out?
That's what I'm saying.
wondering.
Like a cool like reveal of like him like reciting spells or like just being like, and then being like, hey, you're coming with us. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
like,
but
like
it's
that
funny
Suicide
that
Squad
you
2016 kind of thing, where it's like, yo, we need you, but and they're sitting there like Diablo's playing with his fire. Like, you just need something, some pizzazz. You feel me? Like, I don't know.
He turned around, doom, Red Saint Wild. The name pops up with his accolades, like on the screen. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. You guys tell us anything related to this in the comments down below. We love discussing with you all. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that. But we're going to move on to the next topic. And that is a special announcement that happened. James Gunn went on to social media to announce we have the next installment in what they're calling the Superman saga called Man of Tomorrow. They have a date for it, July 9th, 2027. We are getting 2 Superman movies before the Batman Part 2.
We're getting 2 Superman movies before any other fucking Trinity member, period. And while I can respect that, I can also see shades of the same kind of fucking mistakes that WB has been making, which makes me kind of like it's like that bittersweet victory. It's like great, like it's fucking Superman. He should have 2 fucking movies, like back to fucking back. But at the same time, it's like the way in which it's unfolding and like it gives me that like I mean, yes, like yeah, but like I'll hold my I'll hold out like for the finality of some things, especially given some recent stuff. And then you see dynamic duos even getting like rewritten and stuff like that. It's like
I don't think that was ever far into writing. I didn't think that was ever far into
I'm not saying it was, but I'm just saying like I'll hold out. Like
But the
just
writers
like
they
this.
got
Like
are
when Dynamic
absolutely
Duo was
phenomenal.
announced, I was like, cool, Dynamic Duo, like cool. And it's like I'm not gonna
I'm
be
curious to see
like,
what it looks like
you know,
though. With
chomping
that
at the bit
style,
and
I'm
stuff
very
like
curious
that.
to see what that movie will end up looking
But
like.
as far as Superman 2 goes, personally, I think if they always had planned on there being a Superman 2, I think it would have been great to announce it like on like that third or fourth weekend that it was out. And not like right now while Peacemaker's airing. I mean, Superman might end up in Peacemaker, but like
That's what I was gonna say. Was
that
he?
seems
That
I don't know.
seems intentional. Like there's probably something in the coming weeks in Peacemaker that would directly hint at, you know, maybe where this next Superman movie is coming. But it's called Man of Tomorrow, and James Gunn went online, posted some Jim Lee artwork made specifically for this announcement, which I like. You know, Marvel does this thing too where they do artwork, but it's usually like concept artists. This is like, hey, we got the big guns. Hey, Jim Lee, here you go. George Jimenez. David Cornswell posted one made by George Jimenez. And then someone, it was a third person that posted one. I'm forgetting who the last person was. But in James Gunn's and David Cornsweet's, it looks like Superman and Lex kind of fighting side by side. Lex obviously has the war suit in all three of these artworks. But in the one David and James post, it seems like maybe they won't be throwing hands. But in the third one, I can't remember who posted it. But in the third one, Superman's fighting Lex. Superman's like punching Lex Luthor in the war suit.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, is Lex going to turn or whatever? But, I mean, from what we can guess, right, he's called this the next Superman adjacent movie. But Zaslav said it's the next Super Family movie or whatever. So we're guessing Supergirl is showing up in this more prominently after her movie. And judging by some behind the scenes stuff, we saw some of those storyboards with Brainiac and Supergirl. We saw some of those. And so James Gunn is not new to like having multiple ideas down the line when he's making like a story. But I just didn't expect it to be this soon, particularly the announcement. I knew like he's a workaholic. I mean, he writes a lot, but I didn't expect the announcement to be this soon.
I think James Gunn is very eager and very much wants to put all of his eggs in one basket and will announce some shit that he knows he's not going to fucking make, period. Okay? I know that's what he can do. Right, and I was just about to say that. And I just think that's a byproduct of the studio that he's fucking at. The studio does the same.
Well, that too. They need as many investors as possible.
That's what I mean. I didn't expect the announcement this quick, but I can't say that I didn't expect the announcment.
No, that's what I'm saying. I expected
does this thing.
I didn't expect it,
especially on things that they think, are like big swings and big hits. A lot of times you'll even see like a rumor mill try to be created. Like when the movie, like I remember like in Superman's like second or third week, based on like all the hype for his box office and this and that, there was like a rumor, oh, they're already working on Superman, and then you see the Super Family stuff.
Oh, and they're like Mr. Terrific show is in the works and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's just like what they do, like to really hype up stuff. So I can't say that like I didn't expect this, but I can't say that I expected it this early. But
yeah, this was like
announcement
out
came.
Of
I
nowhere.
can't say I'm surprised. I can't. James Gunn literally, if it was up, and it is up to him, I'm sure he would turn out another thing. Fucking one of these movies and a fucking TV show every single year about just Superman. Like,
yeah, that's another thing. Is him being the CEO means when he's ready, he can go, right? Whereas when you're handling other people on other projects, you know, you might get a script and be like, this is good, but it could be better. And that takes way more time. Gunn can just go, right?
So the script is finished?
Like, I mean, obviously, he's probably going to have to touch it up a bit, you know, depending on like certain things. And, how, you know, you just touch it up based on maybe you got an idea, you know, next week. And like, you want to throw it in there or something. But Yes.
What's your opinion on this? I'll give you my opinion on this.
On what?
What's your here? I'll ask you two questions. What's your opinion on this? Just Superman 2, right? Let's say the whole squad back, the whole gang is back for Superman 2, right? Let's just say, and the same people that made Superman are making Superman 2. How do you feel about that? And how do you feel about the fact that? What are your feelings for a possible Lex and Superman team up in this second movie?
Okay, I'm gonna answer the second one first because that's the shorter answer.
Okay, go ahead.
We're not redeeming Lex. I think this is a way to get him back into the public's interest to set up President Lex and all that. I think that's very clear. I think it's gonna be out of necessity, and Lex is the brightest mind in the universe, and he's probably going to be able to create something that maybe they need to stop a potential Brainiac. And I like it. I've liked when they do that in comics, and then Lex still ends up backstabbing Superman. I just find it very interesting, and it very much rings. I don't want to say All-Star because Lex is just pure evil in All-Star, but we have potential for that dynamic to be even more like that with him and Clark, with some banter maybe. Like there's some interesting stuff that can happen here between him and Lex. And but as for the everyone returning and stuff, I'm not the biggest fan of because it seems like if the Justice Gang is returning, we're only stacking more, which sure, I guess you can say we can do because they're already established. But I would have liked a more just Superman, Supergirl, Lex, Brainiac,
super family story.
Yeah, super family, and
what you're saying?
Yeah, basically just.
And this could very well still be that. It's just kind of molding into something a little bit less than that. Kind of like I feel like what they did with the first Superman. I feel like it was probably a lot more Superman centric, and then as things went on, like it started getting molded into something a little bit more like universe building and like stuff like that. Like
sure, and I think
I can see that being the case.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm hesitant because here's the thing. Like, we're at a point now with James Gunn as a creative where if you don't like his stuff, you're not going to like this movie. Like, you're not going to like this next movie is not going to somehow feel like an alternate dimension no, this is gonna be still a James Gunn story. It's gonna have his humor, likely. It's gonna have the heart. It's gonna have the bright color. Everything is gonna be there that he did with the first one. Now I could be wrong. The whole movie could have a different visual aesthetic, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I'm not I gotta hear more about it because Aaron Pierre was gave a response which makes me think oh, do they already have plans to start folding him in from Lanterns and start folding people in? But then I start going but why does that have to be in Superman? That's why I'm curious is what is making Jon Stewart a necessity to show up in this movie versus why can't we do a Justice Gang movie? You know what I mean? Why what's stopping us from doing that? But I have no doubt that he's been writing this for a long time. A lot of people are very hesitant because they're like, oh, it's so fast. He's doing it too fast. But I think this is all on his plate right now. This is the only thing on his plate right now. He's not currently now. He's probably writing multiple, but he's not currently turning in anything else. He hasn't wrote Peacemaker season 3. He hasn't wrote Creature Commandos. Didn't they say a different writer will be writing Creature Commando season 2 or something like that? It seems like this is all that's on his plate. And so, I'm curious the ideas he has, where he takes Clark's character, but also what Lex is going to be. I'm so interested because Warsuit Lex, I've been wondering for a while, and hopefully we do it justice, and hopefully we can the more Holt Lex I see, the better. He was utterly infectious in that role. Can't wait to see him. But give your thoughts on this whole situation. Yeah, what do you think about? I guess the same for you. What do you think about everyone potentially coming back? And what was your second question?
Just the dynamic between Lex and
Yeah, yeah.
Superman and whatnot. I think. Well, I here's my take. Right. I'm not bought into James Gunn's version of Superman. I can buy into the universe somewhat, right? But like, I'm not like really bought into his version of Superman or his version of the character or any characters around him for that matter. So if I'm being honest with you, I would not be very excited for this movie if James Gunn was back writing and directing this thing. I think you add in Henry Braham's cinematography to the mix. I think you get an even more sour taste, not only for me, but even from some other people who may have liked the movie but didn't like the way it looks. I wouldn't be surprised if
I
he
think most
actually
people love the way
diverts
it
and goes away
looks.
from
Like
Henry
I've seen
Braham, though. I would
people,
not be
the
surprised.
casuals love the way it looks. Not like they love the way the movie looks. Like they're obsessed with
Okay,
the way
yeah,
the
those
movie
that
looks.
watched the movie, on the other
Not me.
hand, the
I'm
other
not.
people that
I
didn't
have my
watch the
critiques
movie
on the
probably didn't watch the
visuals.
movie because they didn't like the way it looked. But I just don't, I'm just not bought into his version of the character. So like, I'm happy again. I'm happy that Superman is getting us another movie because he's fucking Superman. Like, he deserves it. That's what it should
What's the
be.
last
But
time we got
like,
a Superman sequel?
I don't know if James Gunn deserves a second Superman movie. If you get what I'm saying, I don't know if he's done enough to even like to garner that.
No, no.
But
I think
I'm
they're
just
just
not. I'm
striking while the
not.
iron's hot, and it's easy for Gunn
Yeah,
because he
exactly,
clearly has
exactly.
already had plans, and it's
Right,
like
and I think what
as much as you'd
I think
want
that's
what a Green Lantern movie that has to be
I
made,
think
whereas
I
James
think that's what
Gunn
makes it
can
so.
like strike when
I
it's
get what you're
ready.
saying, but I think that's what makes it kind of bitter for me is that it's so it's so him. It is nobody else. It is so him and just his plan and what he
Mm-hmm.
wants for the characters. And I'm not bought into that, so it's hard for me to be like, all in on it.
One movie
Um
in.
yeah, I'm one movie in. I'm just saying, one movie in, I'm not bought into it. Like, period. I'm not bought into the look of the Superman. I'm not bought into the look of the Superman movie or the character, really. Like, I'm bought into certain
That's
elements,
great. You might
but
not
I'm
be
not
bought
really
into the character. That doesn't mean you can't be bought into the universe.
right. And that's what I was
I
saying.
think
Like,
Lanterns will win
I'm
you over.
somewhat
That's more of your speed, probably. It's
okay.
gonna be
I
much
mean,
more
hopefully,
serious, grounded,
hopefully, um,
and
but yeah. And then as far as the Lex Luthor and Superman stuff goes, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I would fucking hate it if Lex Luthor had to team up with Superman in the second movie. It would feel very fucking jarring going from a movie where Lex Luthor at point blank range kills a random food vendor to watching
mm-hmm.
him team up with Superman in the next movie. And both of those movies are poppy colors and jokes and very kidsy. That would feel very jarring to me, not only tonally, but just in terms of story. That
Nope.
would feel very jarring
That's
to
how
me. You're
Lex
saying
is.
that would open up the opportunity for him being President Lex, or him
No, that's
kind
how
of
Lex is.
gaining the public's trust back through that.
That's how Lex
And
is.
my
He hates
argument,
Superman still.
right,
It doesn't change.
and that's
There's just a
that's
bigger
completely
threat.
fine. Right, that's completely fine. My argument to that would just be because it's very much, it probably, I mean, I'm not the biggest Lex like Luthor guy. Like, I don't know him like the back of my hand or anything, but I'd like to think, yeah, that's probably in character for Lex to do that, and it would probably be very much in character for Lex to team up with Superman if it meant it would clear his image. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it's just hard to imagine a scenario where this version of Lex Luthor teams up with Superman, or this version of Superman teams up with Lex
Why?
Luthor.
Are you saying
It's
because
just,
they
I don't
hate
know.
because he hates him so much?
But yeah, because Lex
That's
Luthor's disdain
Lex.
for Superman is
That's
so
that's
right, but
that's
it's
Lex.
so, and I get
I'm saying
that,
like that's
but
what
I just feel
happens.
like,
Like you would never think it,
right,
but it's kind of a like there's no other choice. Like I kind of
and that's
have to for my sake. Lex is still
and that's
thinking
what
completely narcissistically and selfishly in that aspect. He's not thinking for Clark or the world, but rather himself. Like, I literally will die, and I'm one of the smartest people on the planet and one of the only people that can stop this. Okay, I'll do it. Like be out of him.
Yeah, and again, that I totally see that. I just think it would be kind of jarring in like just like coming off of how his character is a whiny little bitch in the first movie that's like constantly angry and whiny and is like
What is he's shown whiny. To be like he was furious,
comically. He's always shown to be like comically mad, like knocking pencils over and shit like that. It's just hard to go from a character like that where it's like, hey, the reason this character is interesting is because there is nothing redeemable about him, to then trying to redeem him in some capacity. It would just feel very jarring to me. I don't know, but I'm glad Superman 2 is getting a movie. Lex Luthor in the big ass suit. I wonder what that suit would look like in this universe. I really wonder what that suit would look like.
I mean, we get a little like hint with the LexCorp workers, and it looks kind of obviously.
That's why I wonder what it would look like.
This will be a much more big, like, you know, obviously this would be much more stacked. Like,
I just wonder what it would look like. But yeah, I mean, I think it's great he's getting a second movie. I'm not really into the James Gunn Superman thing though. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. So, I mean, I'm happy for I'm happy for the character, but he's gonna for me to really be won over. I think Lantern, Supergirl. I think just buying into the universe is probably like the best bet at like me kind of,
which is what it should be. You don't have to like every character in the universe. I don't like every MCU character, but the universe won me over that I like enough of them where I'm there every movie. And, you know, hopefully that can be this. But, yeah, you guys tell us in the comments below, what are your thoughts on this announcement?
Let us know.
Are you excited for Man of Tomorrow? What are your theories? Leave it down in the comments below. What do you think is going to happen? Is there anything you know that we might not? Drop it down there below. And yeah, anything related to that, go ahead and go down there because we love discussing with you all. And if you made it this far and you haven't, please do us a favor, like the video, subscribe, click the bell, all that. It helps us out a ton. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Double Feature Podcast. As always, let us know your thoughts on either of these two topics. And
we'll be back next week when Judo Master shows up and he's a fucking 7 foot tall fucking basketball guru fucking that eats fucking Takis.
in the other universe, imagine. It's just insane. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. So without further ado, it's been your boy Keezy.
It's been your boy Kels.
And hopefully we will see you all in the next one.